Hello. So I'd like to welcome you to another flow class with Jen. So inviting you to come into a comfortable seat to begin, and we'll start by focusing on our breath. Observing the breath as it enters and exits the body, whether that's through the nose or out through the mouth. I invite you to relax the tops of your shoulders, soften the muscles of your face. If it's comfortable to have the eyes closed, then maybe closing down the veil of your eyes. You might like to bring your left hand to your heart and the right hand to the back of your left. It's having this physical connection to self as we observe ourselves in each of these moments at the moment, in these tricky times, without judgment. Just giving ourselves a little bit of extra love and kindness. And breathing just another couple of breaths into the heart space. And when you're ready, I'll invite you to make your way onto all fours. Straightening out through the backs of the legs into downward facing dog. A reminder that there's always that gentle bend in the backs of the knees in Ardha Mukha Savasana. Coming high into the tiptoes, taking a deep bend in the knees as we lengthen the spine. Maybe your belly rests on your thighs, maybe not. Straight arms as we push the floor away, head hangs heavy. Inhaling high in the toes, exhaling the heels towards the earth. Inhaling as we come up, exhale dropping our heels over to the right. Inhale through center and dropping our heels over to the left. Maybe your legs stay straight, maybe not. Inhale as you come back through center, this time inviting you to take a deep bend in your knees, press your sits bones towards your heels, and then over to the other side. Inhale as we come back to center, downward facing dog. Inhale rolls you forward into plank, and we'll stay here just for a breath or two, finding a little more strength as we press the floor away. You're welcome to drop your knees if you like. When you're ready, taking a deep bend in the knees and pressing back to downward facing dog again. Inhale rolls us forward to plank. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Starting these rolling dog actions as we roll forward. Exhale back. Just moving through your own body, your own spine, your hips, your knees. Just working out what feels good for you. When you're ready, coming forward to plank, and then on exhale, dropping our knees down to the floor for tabletop. Just a couple of cat-cow as we inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, chin to chest. Exhaling, squeeze the lower belly in. Inhaling to our neutral spine, we'll take the left arm forward, the right leg back. Left palm facing down towards the floor. You choose whether you point or flex your right toe. Try not to lift the leg too high. Try to keep the lower belly hugging in. Then on an exhale, elbow to knee. I'm going to do this 3 times. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you squeeze. Inhale as you lengthen, then bring the left hand down to the floor. Sweep the right leg out to the side so that the foot's in line with your knee. Walking your hands back in as we come up. Beautiful. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the hip and taking your lean over your right leg. Remember, we're just warming up the body, so take this nice and easy. When you're ready, bring the left hand down in line with your left knee and bring the right arm up and over as we stretch the top side of the body. Lifting the right leg, maybe reach around for the foot if you like, opening the heart. Extending the right leg all the way around, sweeping it to the top of the mat as we come into Ardha Hanumanasana, our half splits. Again, just lengthening the spine forward, drawing the outer edge of the right hip back. Coming forward onto the front foot when you're ready, stepping back into plank, then pressing into downward facing dog. Inhaling high into our tiptoes as we walk to the top of the mat, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. And then as we exhale, when you're ready, folding forward, soft knees. Inhale back into half lift. Inviting you today to bring your hands to your hips and then inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands by our sides, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, folding forward, forehead down. Inhale, half lift. Bring the weight more into the toes. Exhale as you fold. Step the left leg to the back of the mat, right leg to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale as we roll forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, rolling dogs. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, press back. Nice. The next time you inhale, coming forward into our plank pose. We're going to drop our knees down and find tabletop. Other side, so bring our right arm forward and our left leg back. Pausing here just for a couple of breaths. Feel stability in the lower belly. Again, arm reaching out in front with the palm facing down. And then on your exhale, when you're ready, we're going to bring elbow to knee. Inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we squeeze. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we're going to bring our right hand down to the floor. Take our left leg all the way out to the side so it's in line with the knee. Walk the hands back into our high kneeling position. This time, bring our left hand down onto our left hip and then taking our lean over the leg. Deep breath. Try to keep the heart rolling up towards the ceiling. Try not to collapse. Inhaling as we come up, bringing our right hand down in line with the knee. Left arm to the ceiling, left leg lifts. Maybe catch the foot. Opening the heart. Sweeping the leg all the way forward and around to keep just catching myself in the camera to make sure that I'm doing what I'm saying. Folding forward. Deep breath. Just being with sensation, whatever that may be. When you're ready, as you inhale, coming forward, stepping back to plank and pressing into downward facing dog. On the inhale, high into the tiptoes, walking our way to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale as we fold. So again, our half lift. And then as we exhale, inviting you to bring your hands to your hips. Inhale lifts you all the way back up to standing. Exhale, arms by our sides. Inhale, arms sweep forward and up. Exhale as we fold forward and down, soft knees. Inhaling, half lift, lengthen the spine forward, step the right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale as we roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, untuck the toes with control. We're going to lower to the floor, pelvis and pubic bone and the heart touch at the same time. Inhale as we lift to cobra pose, taking our hands off the mat. Sweep the wrists back just a little so they're underneath your elbows. Squeeze the scapula, the shoulder blades towards each other, and strong legs. Press the little toe down into the floor. When you're ready, release. Maybe press to upward facing dog or back through child's pose. We're going to meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. Long, nourishing breath. Beautiful. High in the tiptoes, making our way to the top of the mat. You can walk, step, or jump. Half lift on the inhale, folding on the out breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep forward and up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhaling for our half lift. Step or jump your way back. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, it's an inhale of your right leg to the ceiling. Then take a bend in the knee as we open the hip, maybe stacking the right hip on top of the left, making some circles with the knee. And then changing direction, going the other way, just rolling through our hip. Nice, and when you're ready, knee to nose, inhale up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, inhale. One more time. Oops. Then this time we're coming into pigeon pose. So we're going to bring the knee out wide, shin bone across the top of the mat. But rather than sinking down into the hips, I'd like you to stay fairly high. So keep some space underneath the hips. I'm going to press down through the front shin bone and through the back knee. Maybe you take your arms up to the ceiling. If not, keep your hands to the floor or use blocks if you like. So we're really trying to lift up and out of the shape here. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold over the front leg. Inhale as we roll the heart up to the ceiling. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, turn the palms up, open the heart. Exhale, fold. One more time, I believe. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the hands forward. Three-legged dog with the right leg up and back. Knee to tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale. Last one. Place the foot to the outer edge of the hand. Maybe drop your back knee down to the floor. Stay high if you like on the hands. Come onto blocks if you want to. I'm going to go down onto my forearms, but it's your body. You feel into your own shape. You might like to lift the back knee off the floor if you want to, and feeling deeply into your breath. Wonderful. We're going to heel and toe the foot to the midline, the front foot to the midline, and then walk ourselves out to the long edge of the mat towards the left and taking Prasarita Padottanasana. Taking our wide-legged forward fold, beaming the heart through the thighs, steadying the breath. And take a twist as we bring our right hand to our left ankle, taking our arms to the ceiling and twisting to the other side, just holding the outer edge of the leg wherever it's comfortable for you. Coming back to the top of the mat when you're ready, pressing into downward facing dog. Inhale as we take our left leg up towards the ceiling, take a bend in the knee, opening the hip. Again, making some circles with the knee. Rolling through the hip. Change direction of the circles. Beautiful, guys. When you're ready, knee to nose on the exhale. Inhale as we extend up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Starting to build some heat in the core, activating through the belly. Whoops, I made a mistake. Taking our half pigeon again. So again, rather than sliding that back leg out when we would lower the hip down, I'd like you to stay fairly high, pushing down through the front shin bone, through the back leg. Keep the hips square to the front of the room as much as we can. Inhale, taking the arms up, or again, you can have them out wide with the fingertips to the floor. Exhale as we fold forward, sweep the arms back. Inhale as we lift the heart. So rolling through our shoulders, using our lower belly. Our legs are strong as they press down. You can choose to do these up and down actions or not. This is your practice and your body. Inhale, taking our arms up. Exhale, fold forward, three-legged dog with the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhaling. Exhale, knee to tricep, foot to the outer edge of the hand. Again, you might like to drop your back knee. You might stay on your hands or on your blocks, or again, maybe coming down to the forearms. You might like to lift your back knee. Have a play with your head. I'm really, in this shape, there are often times where I love to let my head hang and look back at my big toe. Other times, keeping the back of the neck long and looking between my thumbs. Today, I also turned my head from side to side because I have been having a little bit of pain into my shoulder and my neck. Beautiful. So again, heel and toe the front foot to the midline of the mat. Then we're going to pivot through the feet to turn out to the right side, the long edge of the mat. So little toes are pressing down in towards this shape. The inner thighs are squeezing up. I always need to shorten my stance between my feet here so that I can have a nice spine length to bring my head down towards the floor, or else I round my back a little bit too much. Long, deep breath. Again, taking our twist when you're ready. One hand to the outer edge of your leg, taking the opposite arm towards the ceiling, changing sides, taking the twist. Wonderful. Releasing when you're ready, walking back to the top of the mat. Stepping back into plank, pressing into downward facing dog. Inhaling high into our tiptoes, bend the knees, step walk or jump to the top of the mat, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling as we fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing this time. Exhaling to Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm going to take a few moments here just to be in our bodies. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes in your mountain pose. Maybe turn your hands forward. Maybe focusing again on the breath in the belly or from the heart. Absorbing the efforts of our practice, but also just taking time to be exactly as we are. It's so much going on around us at the moment, and many of us are feeling a little unsure. When you're ready, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale as we fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Optional flow. Meeting back in downward facing dog on an out breath when you're ready. Inhaling, right leg to the ceiling. Taking a bend in the knee as we open the hip. Now, I'm going to make circles again, and you can continue to work with a bent knee, or you can straighten your leg like I am and making nice big circles, but just whatever feels comfortable for your body shape and your lower belly. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhaling up and back. Taking the leg out wide, place the foot to the outer edge of the hand. Inhale, straight legs. Exhale, bending into the front knee, taking a lizard pose as we did before, whichever variation you did on the hands or on the forearms. And turn out into our prasarita, so heel and toe the foot to the midline. In this variation, I'm going to take tripod headstand, and that's available for those of you that feel comfortable and have this as part of your regular practice. Remember, I'm not there to assist or support you, so please, if this is not your shape, do not try this. Just stay with the wide-legged forward fold, taking a long, deep breath and breathing into the lower belly and the core. Taking your twist when you're ready out to the back of the mat and then to the front of the mat. We're going to walk ourselves all the way back to the top of the mat. Taking our right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Optional three-legged flow, or place your foot down. Move through a regular flow, what feels comfortable for you today. Meet back in downward facing dog. And you're ready, guys. Other side, inhale, left leg. So again, you can circle with a bent knee, or maybe you choose to straighten the leg and start to make big circles, sweeping it out wide and around. Make sure your circles are going in both directions, rolling through your hip, activating into the core. And when you're ready, exhale, knee to nose. Inhaling up and back. Exhale to tricep. Inhaling up and back. Take the leg out wide, and we're going to place the foot to the outer edge of the hand. Straight legs to start with. Exhale, take a bend into the front knee. Find your lizard pose, whatever that might look like today. Use props, support yourself, be comfortable. Never forcing anything that's not comfortable for your ability and your practice and your body today. When you're ready, we're going to come into that wide-legged forward fold. So again, turning out to the long edge of the mat. Please feel free to stay in the forward fold, keeping our hands to the floor, activating through the legs. Or if you have a comfortable tripod headstand, you might choose to go up. When you're ready, if you are in tripod, we'll start to release. We'll take our twist to the back of the mat when you're ready, holding anywhere on the outer edge of the leg, turning the heart towards the ceiling, taking it to the other side, deep breaths. And when you're ready, walking back to the top of the mat, And again, three-legged dog as we sweep our left leg up and back. Optional three-legged flow, or place the foot to the earth. Chaturanga if you like, cat-cow if you want. Let's take a child's pose. Let's drop our knees down to the mat, forehead towards the earth. Use a block underneath the head if it's not comfortable. As many of you know, as part of the Shining Light community, child's pose is not a comfortable shape for me, so I prefer to come into an upright seat. You're welcome to that too if you like. Letting your hands rest in your lap. Again, just feeling the heat in the body. I know I have a little bit of sweat, so maybe you do too. You might like to bring a nice thought to mind. Maybe an image of when we were practicing together as a community, and we will again one day, hopefully not too far away. Thinking of our loved ones at this moment. Being thankful for the people that are out there doing the work on the front line. When you're ready, I'll invite you to come back into child's pose, or into child's pose and back to downward facing dog. High onto the tiptoes. We're going to drop our heels over to the right hand side, stretching the legs, and then up and over to the left. Again, you might keep your legs straight, maybe not, that's okay. You might like to take them over to the right again. Maybe this time the left hand hugs in, and then over to the right side. Coming back. Beautiful. In your own time, inhaling right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to tricep. Inhaling, cross it over on the out breath. Inhale. Exhaling, knee to nose, placing the foot between the hands, crescent lunge on our inhale, rolling all the way up. Exhale as we take the arms out wide, interlace the fingers behind, roll the shoulders up and back. So not humble warrior, but I'd like you to roll forward over your front thigh. Try to keep the belly off the thigh and the lower belly hugging in. The forehead is dropping into the direction of the knee. So we're not on the inside of the leg, we are over the leg. Inhale as we take our arms back up. Exhale as we open out to warrior two. Back heel is nice and flat to the floor. Reverse, sweeping our right arm up and back, left hand to the left leg, then rolling ourselves forward and through into our side angle. Then just making this rolling action of our body, our upper body, as we roll from our reverse across the heart into side angle with elbow maybe onto the thigh, and then rolling back into reverse. Coming now down into Skandasana. Taking a deep bend into our left knee, lifting the toes of our right foot, keeping the heart lifted. Deep breath, hands to the floor as we shift our weight forward to the top of the mat. Stepping back into plank and downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank, maybe exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog if it's comfortable. In your own time, downward facing dog when you're ready. Inhaling left leg to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up and back. Exhale to tricep. Exhale, cross it over. Inhaling up and back. Exhale as we place the foot between the hands, crescent lunge on our inhale, rolling up through the spine. Beautiful. When you're ready, taking the arms out wide, interlace the fingers behind, opposite little grip, so the uncomfortable grip. Lift the heart on the inhale, exhale again. Hug the lower belly in as we roll over the thigh, dropping the forehead in the direction of the knee, maybe lifting the arms a little higher. Steady breath. When you're ready, inhale will sweep us back up to crescent lunge, and the exhale will open us out to warrior two. So that rolling through our reverse warrior, so sweeping our left arm up and back, then rolling across the heart as we come forward and through into side angle. rolling around through the chest, through the rib cage, a little bit into our hips. Maybe you roll on the breath, maybe you just move your body. There is no right or wrong. Inhale when you're ready to come up, Skandasana at the back of the mat. Whoop. This is a really clear indication for me of when I'm hyperextending into that front knee. So you could see that I was touching down onto the floor, so I needed to engage with my quadricep a little more. Coming back to the top of the mat when you're ready into plank pose and pressing back into downward facing dog. And walk our hands to the back of the mat. Take a forward fold for a long, deep breath. Have a shake of the head. No, Jen. Inhale as we roll all the way up to standing. Take a shrug of the shoulders. Stretch the arms, whatever you might like. Beautiful. We're going to come into open eagle pose. So when you're ready, maybe bring the hands into prayer at the heart. Shift the weight into the right foot, drawing the left knee up in towards the chest. Placing the left ankle on top of the right thigh as we dorsiflex the foot, hug the toes in towards the shin bone. Hands can stay at prayer. You can rest them on your shin and ankle if you like. Maybe you choose to bring your hands down towards the floor, the tips of your fingertips, so try not to put too much weight into the hands. See if you can keep the heart beaming forward and the sits bones pressing back. If you'd like a little extra, reach the arms forward, stay nice and low in that standing leg. Beautiful, guys. I know this is good hard work. When you're ready, right hand to the right hip, left hand pistol grips the left big toe, pushing through the right foot to come up to standing, getting nice and long through the spine. Stay here if you want to, or extending out through the left leg. Trying to keep our lower belly drawing in, legs switched on. When you're ready, exhale, foot to the floor. Maybe inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, back to prayer. Other side. So shift our weight into our left foot, drawing our right knee up in towards the heart, taking open eagle pose. Bringing our right ankle on top of our left thigh, dorsiflex the foot. So many things going on in these shapes. Being mindful there's no pressure into the knee, no pulling, no pinching, no pain. Again, fingertips can be to the floor if you like. You want to keep trying to reach the heart forwards and the sits bones moving back. Long deep breath. Again, the option to bring the arms out in front, a little more strength. When you're ready, left hand to left hip, right hand pistol grips the right big toe. Push through the left leg to come up to standing. Knees on the outer edge of the arm. You can choose to stay here with a bent knee, or maybe pushing out through the heel and the ball of the foot evenly as we straighten the leg. Again, try not to hyperextend, try to keep the thigh hugging into the hip. And on exhale, when you're ready, releasing the foot back down to the floor. Inhale as we take our arms up. Exhale as we fold forward to touch the earth. Walking our hands out into our plank pose. Exhale as we drop our knees and come into our seated practice. So you might like to just take a couple of moments to arrive on the floor. I'm going to invite you today to use a block in your shape. So maybe just having that handy for the moment. Take a breath. Being mindful that if you feel tight in your lower back, bending the knees can help. Feet hips distance apart is also another option, especially for women. It can feel more comfortable for us to have our feet a little wider. But for our seated shape, I am going to invite you to grab your block and pop it underneath your bottom. Nice. When you're ready, taking a bend into your left knee. So the foot is just on the outer edge of the left hip. We're still sitting on the block, not the foot. The right leg is straight, but there's a bend into that right knee. If you've got a cushion or a towel or something handy, you can place it underneath the knee so you don't hyperextend. And then bringing the belly towards the thigh and folding forward over the straight leg. Couple more deep breaths here. Just feeling down through the back of the leg. One of the things I love about this shape is that I actually feel this more on the inner seam of my thigh. Activating through the big toe. When you're ready on your inhale, walking the hands back up and take the other side. So we'll bend into the straight leg and bring the bent knee straight. So changing sides. Again, lengthening forward, moving with the heart towards the top of the mat. Keep hugging the outer edge of that left hip back and folding over the leg, just as far as is comfortable for you. No pain into that right knee. Allowing the shoulders to relax, the face to be soft. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. When you're ready on an inhale, walking our hands in, taking the block out from underneath, just popping it off to the side, keeping it so that it's handy. We're going to make our way all the way down onto our backs. Taking a stretch of the arms up and over the head, stretching the legs long. I invite you for the right hand, take hold of your left wrist, shuffle your shoulders over towards the right hand side, and then walk your legs over as well. As we stretch down the left side of the body, we're going to be here for a little while. So just inviting you to be exactly as you are. To be aware and notice any sensation that you might experience. Be aware of any absence of sensation. If there's nothing there as well, maybe observing that. And noticing if you can relax the body just a little more. When you're ready, coming back to center. Just taking a moment with our arms by our sides, our palms facing up, long deep breath. And we'll take the other side, so take the arms over the head. This time left hand holds onto right wrist. If that's not comfortable, it's not necessary. It's just an option to stretch that side body a little more. You might prefer to bend your elbows. You might hold onto your elbows. You might not have your arms over your head at all. They might be resting by your sides. If you haven't already, make sure you walk the feet over as well as we create this half moon shape of our bodies. On this side, you might like to observe your breath. Using each exhale to soften just a little more. And again, when you're ready, coming back through center, taking a bend in the knees, we place the feet to the earth. We're going to take a figure 4 with our left ankle on our right thigh. I'm going to invite you to cactus the arms. And we're going to roll over onto our right hip by bringing our left foot down to the floor. You can stay here with the cactus of the arms, or you can reach down with your right hand to hold on to your left ankle. Pushing that left foot into the floor and feeling as though you're trying to open the hip towards the front of the room. There are some people I know that have very open hips and that top knee drops down towards the ankle. That is not my body. Deep breaths. Allow yourself to breathe through your hips. When you're ready, coming back, keeping the figure 4 shape to begin with, and then extending our left leg up towards the ceiling, maybe taking the arms over the head. We're going to see if we can draw that left leg in just a little closer towards the chest without our hands. You might like to extend the right leg forward. You might choose to roll up through the head and shoulders and extend the arms forward. And maybe start to hover the right leg just off the floor, maybe point the left toes. Keep hugging that left knee in. Deep breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to take our twists. We're going to bring our left knee up and over to the right side of the mat. Keeping both shoulders flat to the floor today. And maybe your left hand is in cactus with a bend in your elbow. Again, long deep breath here for a few moments. Settle in. Maybe if you've got some soft music playing in the background, you might listen to the music, let your mind wander. If you don't have any music playing, maybe enjoying the silence, the sound of your breath. At my home here, I can hear birds outside. Maybe you can too. When you're ready on your inhale, come back through center. Just take a moment in our little mini Savasana break. It's resettling the body. And when you're ready, we'll take our figure 4 on the other side. So this time now we'll have our right ankle on top of our left thigh. Dorsiflexing into the foot, comfortable through the hip and the knee. So again, the invitation to cactus the arms as we take the right foot up and over to the left side of the mat, rolling onto that left hip. Maybe you stay with cactus arms, maybe your left hand reaches down and holds onto your right ankle. Smooth, steady breaths, breathing through the tight fascia on the outer edge of the hip, or wherever you may be experiencing this shape. When we come to the floor, I often close my eyes, and if that's something you're comfortable to do with, you're welcome. Maybe you smile, turning up the corners of your mouth. When you're ready on an inhale, we'll roll back to center again, keeping the figure 4 shape to begin with. Arms down by our sides, extending the right leg up towards the ceiling, hugging the right leg in without using the hands. Taking a bend into the right knee, reaching the arms forward, maybe rolling the head and shoulder up, maybe hovering the left foot off the floor, maybe point the right toes. Keep drawing the right knee in towards the forehead. Steady breath. And then when you're ready, taking our twist. So release the head and shoulders back to the floor, taking the right knee up and over to the left side of the mat. Again, the option to cactus the arm of the right hand, the right side, and taking nice, deep, smooth breath. And deep, smooth breath, whatever that means to you. That might mean that there's a bit more focus on your exhale and breathing out of your mouth to release tension through the face and the throat. It might be focusing deeper on your inhale and expanding more through the ribs and the belly. And deeper might just mean that you're actually focusing on your breath. When you're ready on your inhale, coming back through center. Now this is absolutely optional. Going to invite you to take a block and place it underneath your head. So you're just supporting the back of the skull. And then maybe you roll over to the right side and taking long, deep breaths. So if you have any concerns about your neck, if you have any issues with the throat, If you've had a goiter, any of these kinds of things, maybe you don't do this. Maybe you just lie on your back for a little while and stay with your breath. For those that are comfortable in this practice, this can feel like a really comfortable and wonderful way to self-massage. When you're ready, you might roll your head to the other side again. Have a little bit of movement. Make sure that it's comfortable for you. There should be no discomfort and no pain here at all. This should be very, very comfortable, very soothing. Inviting those deeper breath into the body. Again, whatever interpretation of deeper you might be looking for. If you're very comfortable here, you might take your head and roll from side to side a couple of times. Just very gentle, paying attention to sensation, observing your body, knowing what feels good and what doesn't feel so good. Beautiful. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you all to take your block or your book or rolled up towel or bolster or whatever you might have available, placing it underneath the heart. So you want the pelvis to stay on the floor and we'd like the head to touch the mat. So if your head's not touching the mat, I invite you to grab something else. So another book, another block, another prop of some kind, pillow if you really want to, and support your head so that your neck is not straining. And taking a couple of lion's breath here. You might like to join me, breathing in through the nose, sticking the tongue out. On the exhale, a few deep breaths, getting rid of all of that unnecessary tension through my face and throat. And exploring the sensation here in the block as it massages into the muscles on either side of my spine. Directing my attention there and in trying to increase the blood flow through this area, as I've been feeling quite stuck in my back recently. So to release, you can choose to press down through your elbows, maybe support your head or roll to your side. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to take the block out from underneath you and find your way to Savasana. Taking the feet maybe hips distance apart and the arms away from the body. Lengthening the back of the neck. Relaxing and softening. I invite you to relax the tips of your toes. Softening the soles of your feet. Relaxing into your calf muscles and the backs of your knees. The backs of your thighs and your hips. Softening around the rib cage into lower belly. Relaxing the fingertips, the hands, the arms. Inviting you to soften your shoulders so you get nice and heavy into the body. Softening the throat, relaxing the cheeks. Smooth the brow. Soft eyes. Finding a little more heaviness into the body as you rest. If you're listening to music, maybe let the mind wander. If you're in silence, You might observe the sounds around you. And staying with the heaviness and the weight of your body. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. Inviting you to stay lying down and resting. I'm going to invite you to stay lying down for as long as you like. So if you'd like to stay here for a little more, stay. Let the body be heavy. Invite yourself to rest and repair. I'm going to thank you for your time. I miss you all.